My name is Stephen Haigh. I have two roles within the City of Sheffield. I'm first and foremost the Director of Primary Care Sheffield, which is an overarching federated organisation of general practices in the city. And my second job is as a Programme Director for one of the national testbed sites within the country. Well, on a day-to-day basis, I spend a lot of my time working with people in different organisations to my own and building on common objectives for service delivery. I think it was the workshop itself, the Systems Labs workshop, was incredibly beneficial for me, putting the brakes on for a day and just reflecting a little bit on how I manage myself in some complex relationships around the city. The workshop itself was really quite skillfully facilitated, and it just really did make, for somebody who's not a natural reflector like me, it made me reflect quite skillfully on some of the behaviours that I recognised in myself and helped me recognise some of the time why things don't work in the way that you expect them to, and why people don't always share your common values. I think one of the really helpful bits about the whole staging of the workshop was taking that time just to understand through a fictional scenario of a complex systems perspective. It was just good to have those moments of pausing and reflecting and thinking, why doesn't it work as easily as it should do, even when we've got supposedly aligned objectives? And I think really what I just didn't spend enough time doing was stopping and putting myself in their position, and I think that, to me, that was the moment of revelation. And it's almost a bit of sort of transactional common sense. You know, if somebody's not doing what you think you're agreeing that they were going to do, stop and think why. But in the day-to-day melee of interaction, we often forget to do that. And that brief moment of pausing, which really what was the basis of the Systems Lab workshop, was just incredibly, it was very powerful. And it has affected behaviour since. So I spend an awful lot of time now thinking about how other people are seeing a situation and responding to that situation, and probably not enough time thinking about how I need to then react to that. So, but it's good. It was good. I do think it's appropriate for people that have what I would call cross-system responsibilities, with the increasing focus and attention on integration of services and thinking much less about organisational structure and thinking more about the end user and how all the various organisations play together in delivering that service to that end user. I think there are some key people who I would say who probably don't see themselves as system leaders, who are system leaders, that really would benefit from that kind of exposure. Again, just to understand, just to put some tools in their trade about thinking about the other person's perspective or the other parts of the system's perspective. I think the workshop was really powerful, really effective, and that's from somebody who's a bit of a hardened cynic in terms of, you know, sort of going through such processes.